Hi, my name's Doug Wilson, and this is Yellowhawk Customs Outdoors YouTube channel. And we have another sheath system here for you guys to check out. I hope you like it. But I also want to actually show you guys how some of this stuff works, right? Some of the options that I put on my sheath systems, how they actually work in the field, and why I do what I do, right? Designing a Kydex sheath system isn't just, where can I put it, right, and will it fit? Okay, I take a whole different approach, okay? And my approach is, what can go on this sheath system that the customer actually wants, right, and can actually use in the field? See, here's part of my job is to recommend certain things because, you know, I got a lot of experience in the field, right? I was in the military. I spent a lot of time in the field as a civilian. I'm a through hiker of the Appalachian Trail. I mean, I spend a lot of time in the field. And prior to the last few years, for most of my life, I spent a lot of time in the field. I mean, more than is probably healthy. For most Americans, most Americans would say, that's not healthy, spending that much time in the woods, okay? So, but I love it out there, okay? Hunting, camping, backpacking, rappelling, kayaking. I love it, right? I just like getting out there, and I like spending time out there. So night after night after night after night. And that gives you a lot of experience if you do it a lot, okay? When it comes to carrying knives, not only did I do it in the military, right, but I do it as a civilian too, and have all my life. So, how these things are designed is very important, okay? So if you guys stay tuned, right, I'm going to talk a little bit about why I do what I do, right? Why this is a certain way, how I feel about this, or whatever, okay? And maybe that'll give you guys a little more insight to exactly what we do here at Yellowhawk Customs Outdoors. Because we don't just make Kydex sheaths, okay? We build custom Kydex sheath systems for you guys, right? All right, guys, stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Alright, now this is a sheath system that I just built for a client. I just finished it today. It came out really nice, right? And I hope you guys enjoy looking at it, right? If you're interested in something like this, just text me, 443-315-6033, okay? All you got to do is text me, and we'll take it from there. It's good to visit my website first, because there are some things that you should know before you text me so that you have a well-rounded idea of what we actually do, our build time, There's ballpark pricing on the website. Just click on the photos in the galleries, right? Just click on a photo, and there will be a description and usually ballpark pricing. Usually. Not all of them, but usually, okay? Now, the ballpark pricing is just that, ballpark, okay? Because the price of that is the one that you're actually looking at in that photo. And I can pretty much guarantee yours is going to be different unless you say to me, I want exactly the way it is in the photo, okay? All right, so let's take a look at this one. Now, we build exactly what you guys want, all right? And we build it from 40 plus years of experience in the field, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that I don't listen to what you want, right? But trust me, if what you want I think might work a little better a certain way, I'm probably going to say something to you, right? I do give recommendations. I really honestly feel that is my obligation to do, because these things aren't cheap, right? I spend a lot of time building them, and when I design a sheath, when you tell me what you want on it, I design it. And first I design it in my head, and I think, okay, is this going to work? Is this going to work? And then we progress through the ordering process, okay? But you and I have to have some kind of conversation. You can't order it off a website. It just doesn't work that way, not with these, okay? So if you look at what we have here, first thing you see is a tactical lighting system, okay? Now this is a Phoenix LD02, okay? Why did I pick this light for my sheath systems? Well, this is not the only light that I'll put on a sheath system, but it's one of 4 that I use, okay? The reason I use Phoenix lights is because, number one, they're high quality, okay? They have a proven track record. They are very nice lights. Number 2, they work well with Kydex, and I mean the actual forming process, okay? And when I say they work well, I mean I can make a holder for this light that you'll actually be able to get this light out of after it's finished. You get what I'm saying? There are a lot of lights on the market that I could put on here that will not work very well because they don't Kydex well, right? They don't have the right form, you know, cylindrical. You know, if it's a flashlight that does this, goes down here, then dips, right? Then comes back up, then dips again, comes back up, dips again. A real irregular, they don't Kydex very well. You can do them, but then they're going to be loose inside the holder and they're going to rattle, right? There's just a whole host of problems with other lights. Now, I'm not saying every other light I can't do, but I choose the Phoenix lights because they work the best all around. And I use them myself. I would never ask you to use something in the field that I don't use myself. Okay? Now, can I Kydex O-Light baton? You know, the SR1 or the 1SR or whatever? Yes, I can, right? It's more difficult, and I have to do a lot of like hand molding to get it done. But yeah, I can do it, okay? But I'm only going to do it if you absolutely want that actual light on your system. Then I'll do it. If you say to me, I don't want a Phoenix, Doug, I want you to do an O-Light for me, okay? Then you have to consider that I'm going to have to put in some extra work to do it, right? Because there's probably going to be some hand molding involved. Anyway, so Phoenix LD02. So you see it's in the holder right now, okay? This sheath is designed so that the flashlight can stay in the holder and you can use it while it's in the holder, right? You don't have to take it out. Like you see other sheath systems on the market, you see a flashlight on it, you got to take it off to use it. You can't, there's no way you can, you know what I mean? You got to take it off to use it. Well, this is designed so that you don't have to take it off. There are a couple ways you can use it on the sheath while it's in the holder. So anyway, you got cross draw here, right? It's set up for cross draw right now, this sheath, right? Canted cross draw with my combat lock clip, right? Great clips. In my opinion, these are nicer than Tech Locks. They're just as tough, but easier to use, okay? If you want to wear it cross draw, you just take off the Voodoo dangler system, undo this screw, right? Take the whole assembly off, and you can wear it in belt carry with no problem, right? And while you're wearing it, you can use the flashlight while you're wearing it, right? You just kind of nudge the sheath where you want it to go. You're walking down the trail or whatever, right? And you're like, ah, what's that over there? What's that over there? And you're pushing it back and forth, right? If you want to change the intensity, you turn it on, and you just hit the detent on the back. And you have instant scrolling through the settings. Okay? Turn it off, you hit it again, right? Now, say you want to use it in dangler mode. Okay? You want to use this in the dangler mode. You take the flashlight out, pop it out, and put it in the other way. Okay? So, put it in this way, right? Engage the shock cord retention, right? Now this has both. It has the clip retention and shock cord, right? You're never going to lose something off of one of my sheath systems. There's generally redundancies built into things, right? Okay, so I took it out, put it back in. Now you can wear it in dangler mode. If you've got it on your side, all you got to do is this, right? Turn the flashlight on, boom, right? Scroll through the settings, and what's that over there? Look, what's that? 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 Right? So while it's on your belt, you're using this thing. Okay? Now, if you don't want to use it while it's on your belt, or you have another application, you take the thing off, you pop it out, and use it any way you want. Okay? So, there's a shitload of versatility in what I just showed you. Many different ways to use this, okay? And that's because of the design of the sheath system. Things aren't just slapped on there because the client asks for it, or the customer asks for it, right? And I just got to find a place to put it. It doesn't work that way, guys. You have to plan these things out so that they work and so that everything works together. Okay, he also has a light my fire ferro rod on the front. Okay, 3/8 inch by, this one's like 3.5 inches. Okay, now I have my own. If I can find one. Let me take one off the sheath system here. Yeah. Alright, here's that. This is the quick clip system. You guys see this? Right? I did another video in it. Quick clip. So, it's a piggyback, right? It's a piggyback. And if you want to use it by itself, the piggyback, you just take it off, right? Put it on your belt, hang it from your neck, whatever you want to do, right? And you can take anything you want off of one of my sheath systems. You can take one thing off, or you can take everything off, right, to lighten it up or whatever, right? When you're done with it, put it back on, and it's ready to go. It is solid, guys. Solid. All right? This was also set up for bulger carry, belt carry, everything else. Anyway, here. This is one of my ferro rods that I offer. So if you ask for a ferro rod and a holder, you're going to get one of these. Okay. Now these are quality ferro rods. They're mesh metal. They when you strike it, right, the sparks hang around for a little while, right? Burn a little hotter, that type of thing. Okay. And these are the ones I usually put on there because they're big enough that they actually do some good, right? You can actually use them, but small enough so that they're not too big on the sheath. You know, a 1/2 inch by 6 inch ferro rod on a sheath, that's a lot of overkill, a lot of weight, a lot of bulk that you really don't need. But I'll do it for you. I'll make a 1/2 inch by 6 inch ferro rod holder if you want one. I'll do it, okay? Because at the end of the day, the client gets what he wants, okay? Even though I may not recommend it, you'll get what you want. Okay, so next thing, what he opted for. He opted for a standalone fine diamond rod sharpener, okay? Now, this is, when you put this in your hand and you feel it, you're going to say, now that is a diamond rod, okay? That is going to sharpen my knife, right? It's fine. It's a fine grit diamond rod. And these are high quality, right? Who do I buy these from? Lansky. I buy these from Lansky, okay? Same ones that make the Lansky tactical sharpener. And I buy them directly from Lansky. I don't get a volume discount, nothing like that, right? I got to pay full price for each one, okay? They're high quality diamond rods, and they work, right? So he's got that. It's got a mil-spec shock cord retention, right? I even go so far as to put a detent right here so that when you put the cord in, it goes up inside the detent and keeps that thing from popping off no matter what. Okay? There's that. On the back, he wanted a live fire. Live fire is Vaseline and cotton balls on steroids, okay? This is what we call sure fire, right? You take this, you take a little piece off, you fluff it up a little bit, right? And you get your tinder all ready, right? Your sticks and your kindling and all that, right? You light it, and you build a little fire, or you build a little teepee around it, or you build a box fire or whatever, and you'll get a fire started with this in no time. Okay, and there's probably, depending on how you use it, 30 fires in this one small container. Okay, you got to practice with it. Now that's another high quality item. I pay full price for them. I don't get any discounts for volume or anything like that. Okay, these are all like high quality items that the companies aren't willing to give a volume discount, and I can't buy 2,000 of them at a time. I don't have that kind of money. So. All right. Okay, let's go to the Voodoo Dangler system now. Okay, I get comments sometimes still about the Tabby Dangler. Okay, let me find one. Okay, here's a Tabby Dangler. Okay, now this is my Quick Hatch Trapper. Okay, this is a knife made for me by Brent and Good. For to do a review on, and that's on my YouTube channel back there somewhere, and I built a sheath system for it. This is my personal system, and I want you to look at it and look at what's on it. I use this in the field, right? Now I spent quite a few years in Special Forces, right? And I use this in the field, right? This particular system, I use it all the time. If I choose to take my trapper out, right, into the field, this sheath system goes with it, and all the options go with it too, okay? There's a Phoenix E05 tactical light on there. There's a face mount ferro rod. There's a standard compass right here. The compass is on there securely, right? The metal does not affect the compass long term, but when you go to use the compass, keep it away from all metal, that's all, and it will work just fine. I also have really nice high quality Sunto compasses as well, okay? that you can opt for. They are more expensive. Making a fool out of me. They are more expensive. Sometimes you have to put these things back a certain way in order for them to sit right. You know what I mean? Sit right on the sheath. Okay. There it is. I have Sunto compasses too that are really nice. Okay. Probably the nicest mini compass on the market. Right. The highest precision. They're built pretty well. They're plastic, right? But they're built well. Okay. Anyway, this one has pretty much everything on it that this one has, that the client wanted, right? Because he went on my website and he saw something like this on the website and said, Doug, this is what I want. This number, whatever, 1F or whatever it is. Okay. All of them are numbered. All the photos are numbered. You just tell me which number you're looking at, right? But I want black brick Kydex with the red swirl pattern for the options, okay? So that's what he got, right? Exactly. He didn't want a leather belt loop. He wanted a scuba webbing belt loop, which is good stuff, right? I don't use it unless it's high quality. I just won't do it. And I will spend the extra money. I don't like to compromise when it comes to quality, okay? You guys, if you order a sheath system from me, it's going to be 100% high quality. And if you ask me to lower the quality, I'll probably say no, right? I might even send you to somebody else, because I don't like to send somebody out into the field with inferior gear, okay? That's just my personal thing, right? So now this sharpener here is one of my housing sharpeners, where you have to take the hub off, right? You have to take the hub off, slide it out, right? Adjust the rod inside. This is a fine diamond rod sharpener as well, and then you use it this way, okay? This one also has a conical shape to it on the other end for serrated edges and stuff like that, okay? So works real well. When you're done, the only thing I suggest is when you put it back, make sure that hub is nice and secure, right? Nice and snug. It doesn't have to be super tight, but make it snug, because they will come loose on you. Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law. Okay? And there it is. Okay? Now this one happens to have a striker on the back too. Now you can undo the screw, use the striker, put it back on, or you can use the striker while it's on the sheath so you don't lose it. You just take your ferro rod, put your thumb back here, right? Okay, and strike your ferro rod, right? When you're done, always clockwise, guys. Clockwise, and it's back on there, okay? Works, and it works well. Here's the tabby dangler, okay? I was talking about that earlier. Now, I'll do you a tabby dangler if you want one, but the voodoo dangler is more versatile and easier to remove, okay? Just as strong, but easier to use, okay? So I changed the design a little bit of our dangler system, because this one works better. Marginally better, but still better, okay? But if you want a tabby dangler, I'll do it for you, right? It's still my design. Now, I know there's a couple guys out there that are, pilfering the design of my sheaths and stuff like that. There's nothing I can do about that, right? It's irritating, but it happens. Guys do it. They don't care, right? There's I don't know. Honor, I guess, ethics, integrity, I don't know. Anyway, So there's that one. All right. Oh, also, we are now building sheaths and sheath systems for DLT Trading, one of the largest knife distributors in the world. Okay, I'm sure you've all heard of DLT Trading. We now build sheaths for them for certain knives. Right now, we're doing the Falknivens, the F1, S1, and A1. Okay, so we'll check them out. You know, go over there, support Yellow Hawk, and they got, I think the last order was, I think 50. They bought 50 sheaths, and I have not been to the DLT site yet, so I don't know what's going on, but just so you know. All right, that's it. That's it. Okay. Now, you would think, okay, are you done yet, Doug? There's still more to these sheaths than meets the eye. Okay. Like, you could take this combat lock off, right? And you can reposition it in 3 other ways. Well, 2 other ways, plus the one that's here. Okay. This is the canted cross draw. Then there's the 90-degree cross draw. You also do vertical as well. Okay. So in this one sheath system, there's probably 6 different ways to carry it. Okay. That's another thing that I like to do. I like to give carry versatility. Okay. A lot of other sheaths out there, right? They give you 1 or 2, right? I like to give you as many as I can, especially if you ask for it. Okay. The other thing is you can take this thing completely off and put a molly lock right in the center. Okay. And the hardware is already in the holes. All right. You can just see this screw here. There's 3 screws in that plate. And that plate is actually part of the diamond rod system. Okay? So it's a dual purpose holder / mount plate, right? Now, there are several other different configurations that I use. This is just one of them. But it depends on the options that you choose and what you actually want. Okay? These are all unique. Every one I build, whether you see it somewhere else or not, even if you say, I want it just like that one, Doug, it's going to be different, right? Because I'm building it for you. It's going to be a custom sheath built for you, right? Fit, finish, and retention is perfect, right? There's no rattle, no shimmy, no shake, no wriggle, no roll, okay? I mean, absolutely no movement of this knife inside the sheath, right? Until you take it out, right? Put it back. Great click, right? Great retention. One hand draw, right? One hand draw. You don't have to touch the sheath, right? To draw it with your other hand, all right? So, all right, guys. Thought you might enjoy that. Yeah, I explained a lot. Hey, I'm the great communicator. Anyway, black brick with the red swirl pattern, right? I mean, I even do I call them tactical edges, right? But basically they're not sharp. My edges are not sharp, okay? There's no place on this sheath that you can injure yourself. You know what I mean? Even the tip is rounded, okay? And for you red-blooded Americans out there, Yellow Hawk Customs Outdoors is veteran-owned and operated. You can see how I bevel the edges. You know, I think everybody out there tries to be different when they're doing something. You know, car makers. It doesn't matter what you do, whether you make pens, right, for writing, or you make cars or motorcycles or parachutes or whatever. Everybody tries to be different to infuse their own sense of design and functionality and whatnot into their product. Well, I think because I spent quite a bit of time in special operations, in the military, and because I spent a lot of time as a civilian outdoorsman, and still do, I believe that experience directly affects how I design and build these sheath systems for you guys. Okay? Matter of fact, I know it. There are a lot of things that I learned in the military, right, about how to carry knives, whatever, okay, how to carry, right, that are directly built into these sheath systems. It's just, I think the way that we approach how we do it is simple, strong, effective, with high quality, right, while still being lightweight. So, you guys should see me at night, right? I spend almost every night, I spend at least an hour with sheath design, options, that kind of thing, to see what else I can come up with that will benefit the end user in the field. Okay? This is an example of all that experience, all those times that I thought about what else I can do for you guys to make it simpler, right? To make it more functional, to make it more versatile. And I think I do a pretty good job at it. Oh, the knife is Mantis Outdoors LT Wright Sospes. Sospes. S-O-S-P-E-S. Sospes. Right? It's a nice, modern French trapper look. It's a decent knife. I like it. It's comfortable. The handle's comfortable. Good steel. Just well-made knife. Right? Good field knife. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. And guys, I truly appreciate the support you give us. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't exist. Alright? See you later. Oh. See ya!
Yellow Hawk Customs Outdoors. Combat and wilderness grade custom knife and sheath systems. We've got the badass gear for the badass outdoorsman. Yellow Hawk.